This is a Nanrobot D4. I just got this in the mail last week, and when I was looking at the scooter, I saw that there wasn't any YouTube videos online. It was kind of frustrating. I didn't really know anything about it, so I feel like it's my duty just to make a review. Like I said, doing reviews aren't my thing. I'm just going to show you like the different parts and everything. I got a clip of me riding around the other day. I can't go riding today. It's pouring outside, so yeah, let's go. So I got this on Amazon. I paid for the expedited shipping because I didn't want to wait 3 weeks for my package to arrive. It wasn't damaged, which was nice because it came straight from China and I didn't want to deal with sending it back to China or anything. The scooter came pretty much fully assembled. In the box there's a scooter, a charger, instruction manual, and this multi-tool Allen wrench screwdriver thing, which I think I lost already. In the instructions, I think one of the first things it says to make sure all the bolts were tightened, and I did find a lot of the bolts were loose, and there was one bolt for a fender that was put on wrong. It's kind of like concerning because this thing supposedly goes like 40 miles an hour. To have some of the bolts loose, you just kind of wonder what's going on with the quality control on this thing. So I used my own tools and I tightened everything up and immediately went out for a ride. I was in a hurry to get out there, so I didn't really read all the instructions, and I didn't know the thing was set to the fastest speed setting because there's a couple different ways you can change the speed on it, and yeah, that first ride was pretty terrifying. There was some extra brake cable sticking out of the brake assembly, and I cut the wire and I put these brake ferrules on there. I read something on Amazon about somebody getting their extra cable caught in the wheel and flipping over the bar, so I didn't want that to happen to me. It was an easy fix. The instructions aren't too bad. I wish they put something on there about what that bar does, the one where you unfold it. I know it tightens the neck, but I'm not sure how tight you're supposed to have it. On my first ride, I didn't even have it locked at all, and that just added to the terror of my first ride. Folding this thing up is pretty easy. I can put it in my trunk, but it's pretty hefty and it doesn't have an easy way to carry around, so it's probably not practical to take this in the office or anything. I am not planning on doing that. I'm just going to lock it in the bike rack and hope for the best. The bars do fold down too, and I'm pretty happy with the mechanism. It seems sturdy enough. The neck has 3 adjustment points for this peg thing, and also this tightener thing. I don't know what it's called. Even on its own, the tightener thing is tight enough to keep the bars in place. One of the biggest surprises was that this thing had a key. Well, it has 2 of them. The other one's on my keychain. You can't turn anything on without the key and turn on. And this mysterious number here, 58.9, I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the battery charge. But I charged it the whole night and it's only on 58.9. I think the lowest I saw it was at 50. I didn't see anything in the instructions about this part of the scooter, and I didn't even know it was going to be there. So, mysterious number. Speaking of charging, it does come with a US plug. I was thinking it would have some kind of Chinese plug on there, so I got an adapter, but I don't need it. So when you have the key turned on, then you can turn the main controller on. That 3 right there is a gear setting. It goes 1, 2, 3. It's not really a gear. It's more of like a throttle map, so you don't have to shift gears as you're going along. You can just keep it on the same number. There's a couple. You can change the display around a little, and there's on the controller. I think there's 10 different settings that you can change. You can change things like whether you have to kickstart it, like if you rent a bird scooter, you have to kickstart, or if you just want it to go as soon as you pull the throttle. You can change it from like kilometers to miles per hour. I'm actually changing something right here. I'm not even sure what it does. I didn't see any settings for the light that you see there, the blue glow. I think it's lit up all the time. Depending on what angle you're looking at the display, it could be pretty hard to see. You pretty much have to be looking at it straight on, so you have to adjust it accordingly. On the right by your thumb, you have these two buttons, single and dual for turning one motor on or two motors on. Having two motors on is definitely faster than one, and you probably need the two motors on to reach the top speed. The Eco and Turbo, I've turned it on and off a couple times, and you don't really notice a difference. It's not the same difference as turning on single or dual. Then on the left, you have a horn and light. The horn kind of cracks me up. In the city where I live, people they either like are indifferent to it or they absolutely hate them. So I can't wait to take this thing downtown and find one of those people who just hate these scooters and honk the horn at them. It's gonna be great. The left brake operates the rear brake on this scooter, and the right brake operates the front brake. It's kind of different than the like the bicycles I have, but maybe it makes sense because your right hand does the throttle, so maybe you want the left hand to do the rear brake. Speaking of brakes, I've had this thing for about a week, and the fastest I've gotten to so far was like 31. And it's not the speed that's really scary. It's when you're going fast, just thinking like, oh crap, you have to slow down. Like, what do I do? Do I jam the brakes? Do I press it ever so softly? Until I get like a real handle on how the brakes work, I'm not gonna get the top speed. And I need to find like a nice open area. Like pretty much I've been going around my neighborhood and the streets around my neighborhood. I just want to get used to the brakes before I really start, flying everywhere. You have front and rear, I guess springs in the front, shocks in the rear. It's pretty smooth when you're cruising around. If you hit like a small bump or something, you're gonna bottom out on the front suspension, which I don't think it's a problem. So I got a clip of me riding around the other day. I just put my camera phone in my shirt pocket and cruise around the neighborhood. This thing's a lot of fun, and it's advertised going 40 miles an hour. When you're going 25, the wind is whooshing by you, and it's pretty scary just slowing down. Like I said, if you're standing up on a bus and the bus driver hits the brakes and you're not holding on to anything, you're gonna fly forward. So it kind of feels like the same thing's gonna happen when you're riding around, but I'm sure it takes some getting used to. Okay, so turn that on. I don't need the lights. In the settings, you can change this to do like a kickstart, like the Bird or skip scooters. But I just have it set up right now, so as soon as you press the thing, you start going. Put my helmet on. Oh, hi. So this is 13 miles an hour. See if I can make it go a little faster. It's 20 miles an hour. A little scary right now, like having to slow down. put little beans on there. See this hill right here? No problem at all. Oh shit. It's about 20 miles an hour right here. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna do a little speed for the last one, but still getting used to this thing. As soon as I get used to the brakes, I'll probably want to see if I can get to 40, but not today. Ah, shit. Yeah, people love me. Thanks for checking out this video. Hope you liked it.